Are you into romance? Well, I got some shows for you. Hello everybody, this is the Anime Bro here, and today I wanted to tell you 5 romance animes that you should watch. Now, if you're trying to get into anime and you are into romance, then I got 5 that I think you should watch. And yeah, let's get into this video. Alright, so the first anime that I want to talk about is Mizukoi. Now, Mizukoi can be found on Hulu. A basic summary of this show is that Reiku Ichijo is forced to marry someone from a rival gang to keep the peace in the city. But the person that he really wants to marry is a girl he gave the key to for his necklace. Now, I really do enjoy this show. It's very funny. The tension between the guy and the conflict that this guy is having trying to find the girl, but also trying to make sure that he doesn't start a war. It really helps build him as a character because it shows that he's just not thinking for himself. He's also trying to make sure that everything in the city goes smoothly and that no one's hurt. So it also makes him understand in the position he's in. And yeah, it's really great. Also, one thing I do like about it is that usually the situation he's in, it's usually in a girl's. So a girl's in his position. But I do like that they put a male instead because it kind of puts a different take on it. But yeah, if you want to give this a shot, then watch it on Hulu. So yeah, first anime is Mizukoi. Alright, so the next one is not a TV show, it's actually a movie. It can be found on HBO Max, and the movie's name is Howl's Moving Castle. Now, Howl's Moving Castle is basically about this girl named Sophie. She encounters a wizard named Howl, and also in that same day, she meets up with the Witch of the Waste, and she doesn't tell her the location or information about Howl, so she curses her, where she turns into this old lady. And now she's trying to find a way to break the curse. So the production that made Howl's Moving Castle is Studio Ghibli. It's my favorite Studio Ghibli film. I really like it very much. And if you don't enjoy long TV shows and whatnot, I think you should watch this. Like I said, it's my favorite Studio Ghibli film. It's also the very first one I watched, and still to this day is my favorite. I really do like the world building that's in this, and also this journey this lady goes in. She starts off as a character who doesn't really think that much of herself. She always thinks, hey, I'm ugly, and she feels down about herself, which I could relate. I do that sometimes. But then later on, she thinks more highly of herself, and you really do see the growth that she goes through, and I really do like it. So yeah, number 4 is Howl's Moving Castle. Alright, so the next up is Fruit Basket. Now, if you want to watch Fruit Basket, it's on Hulu and Amazon Prime, and a summary of this story is Tora Honda is a girl who recently just lost her mother in a car crash. But even after this tragedy, she always looks at the positive side of things. She soon meets Yuki Somo, and her life changes forever. Now, the one thing I do like about this anime is that there's some supernatural elements to it, or usually this story is based off of the Japanese zodiacs. So for those who don't know, in the Japanese zodiac there are, I think, 13 or 12 animals, and usually each year corresponds to a specific animal, basically. And it really is great. It's the very first manga I actually have read, so it also has a nostalgic presence for me. But also it's just really good. The main character is a very kind girl, but also it deals with very heavy stuff. Like, some people are neglected from their families, some of them lose families. And it is a really dark series for basically a lighthearted plot. It's really amazing. If you want to actually watch it, I wouldn't suggest the first Fruit Baskets anime. I would suggest the remake that was made, I think, in 2019. It's one of the best adaptations. It's really great, and yeah, that was Fruit Baskets. Alright, so the next one is a show called Love is War. Now, this could be found on Hulu, and basic summary of this one is that the student council president and the vice president of Shinji Academy have feelings for each other, but they don't want to tell each other how they feel. So instead of coming up with some compromise, each one tries to make the other confess. And yeah, that's basically the plot. For one thing, it is a romance, one of the funniest ones I've seen. It's really enjoyable because how people really describe it is if you know what Death Note is or seen Death Note, then this is basically a romance Death Note, because each side tries to do many things, like do certain cliches in like anime shows or anime movies and whatnot. And you do see how they try to make the other confess or, you know, submit to a certain thing. And it's just really cool how these guys interact. And also, it's, like I said, it's very funny. I've had some laughs. And yeah, number 2 is Love is War. Alright, so the final anime that I want to tell you about. Now this one's really popular, and that is Torador. Now this one can be found on Netflix and Amazon Prime. And the summary of this is Ryuji and Taiga are complete strangers. That is until Ryuji finds a love letter from her that was meant for his best friend. Instead of asking him back for it, she says that she will help him with his crush if he helps her with hers. Now, the one thing I do like about this one is it's one of the second animes I've ever watched. It's really great. It's a really good time. It's also really amazing how they put into detail with the characters, and also like the family life of the main character. And it's just really cool. The romance between the characters in this anime are amazing. And yeah. Also, another thing is, unlike others where usually they have this guy where they have like one of the people as amazing and like the beauty of the class, these two are basically outsiders. Ryuji lives in a poor family with just his mother, and everyone is afraid of him because he looks very scary. And Taiga is basically a very short hothead who gets into trouble a lot because she just loses it a lot. And yeah, it's a really amazing show, and if you really want to watch this, I honestly say go for it. It's really amazing. And yeah, that was Torador, the final anime. Alright, and that's the end of the list. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll do reviews on these anime shows later, and yeah, see you guys later. Peace.